Today we have a very special guest, a very unusual one. Meet Padmini Kapila. Padmini ji, welcome to Times Network.
Thank you.
I must tell you that everybody knows you.
Thank you.
Everybody knows you, but you have chosen to hide yourself, and somehow I have tracked you down.
Yes, you have.
Had been chasing you for a year, I think now.
Yes, almost a year. I give you credit. So patiently you used to call up and say that I want an interview. But I always thought, I have stopped working for a long time now. So why would anybody be interested in knowing what I'm doing now? That was my thing.
But don't we all relish old films?
Oh, yes.
So I think I've answered your question. I really don't know where to start this from, but let's start from asking you that such a glamorous job, such a well-paid job, and suddenly you choose to, vanish away. Was the reason that the roles dried up, or was it something else?
Yes, in a way, I didn't really get the roles I wanted to do. And that's why I was a little sad about it. I said the success that I wanted, I didn't get that, And I missed out on a lot of good films. I don't know whether it is destiny or whether wrong decisions. I can't just blame destiny, but there are certain things that happened. If you hear about it, maybe you'll also say bad luck.
What happened? What do you mean by saying missed out?
Missed out, okay, I'll tell you. Now, when I just joined the industry, Mohan Saigal introduced me in the films. And while I was shooting for my first film, Dev Saab offered me Heera Panna. But Rakhi's role. Zeenat was already there. And then my Mohanji said that, why are you in such a great hurry? You've just started your career. And Zeenat is the heroine of that film, so hold on. I said, okay. I didn't do the film. I regret. Because I am a big fan of Dev Saab.
Rakhi went on to become the Rakhi.
Yes. So that was the first film. Second one was Laila Majnu.
Ranjita's role?
Yes. I was asked to come for a screen test. So again, Mohanji said that you're working in my film, so why should you give a screen test? I said, okay. Didn't do that film. Didn't go for the screen test. I don't know whether I would have been signed for the movie, but I didn't go for the screen test. Then the third one was Rajshri Productions. Raj Babu called me. He said that we are making a film. The boy is fairly new. And Nutanji is also there in the film. We want you to play the younger wife. Who was the boy? Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Saudagar. I didn't do that role, which finally Padma Khanna did. So this is only the beginning, The kind of movies I have not done, when I think back, I feel miserable. Now, is that destiny or what? You tell me.
Who was guiding you? Mohan Saigal?
No, initially, yes.
Yeah, but was it a sort of a mentor becomes very possessive about his discovery and, tries to tell each and every step in her life?
Yeah, because I was only 17 when I started working. So I wanted, his advice was very important where I was concerned. And he said, hold your horses. Why are you in such a great hurry? You will get a lot of work. Don't worry. So I said, okay. But unfortunately, the first film was not that successful.
Which he was making?
Yes, Intezar.
Yeah.
Then
I remember seeing it in Metro.
Right. We had the premiere in Metro.
Yeah.
Then, while Intezar was almost complete, Raj Khosla ji contacted me, and my clothes, everything ready for that film. Prem Kahani.
Rajesh Khanna.
Yes.
You were supposed to do Mumtaz role.
Yes. I missed out on that because Mumtaz, she was getting married. And she somehow, I don't know, there was some problems in the family. Maybe they didn't want her to get married or something. I'm not very sure about that. But then she told Kaka that I don't mind doing this film. I'll give you 30 days at a stretch. So obviously she was a big star.
I mean, she had earlier left it and she came back, you mean?
No, she didn't leave the film. She was about to get married. And then I think Kaka spoke to her or whatever. I don't know what exactly happened. But then she finally did that film. So, another big film gone. Then, finally I signed a film opposite Mr. Rajesh Khanna, 007. The Bond film. He was a superstar in those days. I remember seeing Aradhana almost 12 times. I was crazy about him. And then I get this offer. I signed the film. But unfortunately, the film is not made. But that was my main...
Nothing, no shooting, nothing happened.
No, we shot.
Entire film?
Not the entire film. We shot about, I think... 10 days of shooting we did. And finally, I don't know what happened. We were not allowed to shoot abroad in those days. And our main schedule was in Bangkok. A Bond film, very glamorous. Supposed to wear a bikini and all that and that. I was really slim in those days.
And you didn't have any qualms about, I won't wear a bikini?
No, but the film was such, you see.
Many heroines had.
No, but James Bond ki film mein you can't be covered, you know. I mean, that was the subject. And I agreed because I said Rajesh Khanna is the hero and I'm opposite him. So, unfortunately, it wasn't made. That was it. After that, I missed out on a lot of films because they had signed me exclusively for, till the film was complete, I couldn't sign any film.
007?
007, yeah. For the Mahurat, Mr. B.R. Chopra was there. He gave the clap. Or he switched on the camera and Raj Kapoor gave the clap. We had a fabulous Mahurat in Mehboob. And after the Mahurat shot, it was on Kaka, the shot. He said that I'm offering you a film opposite Kaka, but there are two girls, Vidya Sinha and you. I was not allowed to start working till the time this film progressed. So I had to refuse the film, and Shabana Azmi did that in Karam.
Okay.
Karam.
So you lost Karam because of 007?
Yeah, I could not sign. Na? So it is very sad. फूट के रोने का मन करता है.
But then you did films where you got noticed.
Yeah, I did, but
I think some of the songs caught on well, like the one with Sachin.
Yes.
You did Haan Pehli Baar. That film called Aur Kaun.
But Vicky, you know, where I started and the kind of films I refused, उसके बाद तो it was a little...
वो अलग ही level था.
Yeah.
But you worked also with Ravi Chopra.
Yeah, two films. Tumhari Kasam and Burning Train.
So was there a point when you started being offered roles which were like बहन का role या फिर vamp का role?
Yes. This happened in the beginning when initial stage of my career. I was offered Mukaddar Ka Sikandar, बहन का role. So I said, no, not opposite Amitabh Bachchan. I want to work opposite him, not do his sister's role. But then I didn't do that film too. And बहन के तो बहुत offers आए. फिर एक दो मैंने किए भी, but That was it.
So money was not the calling card.
No, no. I'll tell you, I come from a family where most of the members are in the army, navy and all that. And I wasn't from a very rich family, though my father was also connected with the movies, films. And, but I wanted to do good work, you know. So I was a bit choosy, a bit too choosy, I would say. I have to tell you one more thing about destiny when I talk about destiny. Dev Saab had offered me Hira Panna, which I didn't do in the beginning. Then he called me for Ishk Ishk Ishk. He said, we are shooting in Kathmandu and I need almost like 20-25 days. So I said, great. But he said, I've still not finalized you, but I'll let you know.
And which role was this?
Shabana's. Okay, so he said, but the moment I finalize, I'll let you know. Now one day I get a call from BR Films and they say that, can you come now? I said, yeah, sure. I go to BR Films. Just when I'm leaving, somebody from Navketan comes to my house and says that we need 20-30 odd days. We are shooting in Kathmandu. And so Dev Saab has called you to the office. I said, wow, Dev Saab ke to sab fan the. He was such a charming man and we were all in love with him. So I said, great, that's fantastic. But they said, okay. I said, now I'm leaving. I have to go to BR Films. And once I'm back, I'll get back to you. I went to BR Films and for 36 ghante. That was a start to finish project. The set had been put up, I think, in famous studios. And Chopra ji and all of them were sitting. In those days, their office was like how the hall is. And all of them, Ravi Chopra, B.R. Chopra, the writers, everybody. And I was new at that time. I got a bit nervous. I said, so many people, you know. Chopra ji said that we need... the set was being put up in famous studios. It was a start to finish project. He said, we've got all the dates, but we want you to do this role. Now, just before I entered B.R. Chopra's office, Chopra ji's office, I was told that I've been finalized for Ishk 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 by Dev Saab. Same dates they wanted. See, this is where luck plays a very important role.
And you refused Dev Anand for the second time?
I didn't refuse Dev Anand. I refused 36 ghante. Parveen Babi did my roles.
Oh God.
Then what happened? Dev Saab, one day I get a letter from Dev Saab. I wish I had kept that letter, you know. It got misplaced when we were shifting. So Dev Saab said ki, so sorry Padmini, due to some personal reasons, I'm not able to cast you in Ishk Ishk Ishk. He said, due to personal reasons, I'm not able to cast you in this film. And I wish I had that letter, but I misplaced it. Very sweet letter he wrote. Now the personal reasons, I don't know whether somebody else didn't want me to do the film who was already in the film. So I don't know.
Then who's that?
And then who was there in Ishk Ishk Ishk? You tell me.
I mean, it was just Dev Saab himself and Zeenat Aman. Shabana came later, right?
She came later. She did my role, the one I was supposed to do.
Yeah. So who didn't want you?
Obviously, the other leading actress.
And may I know why?
I don't know. I
was there
can't.
Any competition between Zeenat and you? Was there any animosity between Zeenat and you?
No. Because when I had entered the industry, Zeenat was already a star in those days. But you know, a lot.
Right from Hare Rama Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So I don't know why. Maybe I don't know. I wish, I want to know why she put her foot down that no, she will not do this role. And then he was very apologetic about it, and I said, no problem.
But how did you get to know that it was she?
I met him. I met Dev
He told you?
Yes. He said due to personal reasons.
और वो बताया?
Bataya. So that's what happened. So I missed out on 36 Ghante and Ishk Ishk Ishk. Now that is destiny. What do you say?
And then it is said that you fell in love.
With?
You fell in love, they say, with first with Navin Nischol.
He was my
It was a cute
co-star.
love story.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I was only 17 when I started working. So, and Navin was a very charming person.
Absolutely.
So, I did Wo Main Nahi, Mohan Saigal's. That was my second film. And when I was doing Intezar, he used to come and sit on the sets and watch me shoot. So one day I realized, suddenly I saw him sitting behind the cameraman and all and watching me. So then when I was told that he's very fond of you and, he comes, whenever you are shooting, he comes to the shooting and he watches you. So I was a little flattered because I was very young, only 17. And Navin was a good looking man, very charming. So, yeah, he was the first person I was in awe of. And that's it.
So the attraction began.
Yeah, I was working with him in Wo Main Nahi, and then I did another film with him, Tumhari Kasam. Biya Chup.
That lovely song.
Yeah, Hum Dono Milke Kagaz Pe Dil Ke. That song.
You look so much in love in that song.
No, but we were not at that time.
No?
We were not even talking to each other.
Why? I mean, then you all are both very good actors because the chemistry was crackling.
Yeah, but
You had a fight in those days.
Naveen had a glad eye, you know that. So, and when you were young, I was only 17, 18, but when we did Tumhari Kasam, I was in my early 20s. But then I realized that he is like that.
So by the time you all had
Yeah.
distanced yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. It was for a short time, and he was a very charming person, and I was very young then, only 17.
And what was the reaction at home to your first love story? The parents, did they
My mom.
stand up and scream?
No, my mom was my best friend. And I could tell her anything. She was such a cool person, So,
And dad?
Dad passed away when I was very young.
Okay.
So, single parent. And she was working, and I started working at a very early age because I wanted her to give up her job. So, I'm the only child. So, that's the
Big sacrifice.
Yeah. Not exactly a sacrifice, but I just wanted her to enjoy her life because she had also struggled a lot in her life earlier. So,
No, but what parents do for us, we realize it rather late, I would say.
late, yeah.
They realize it very late.
But I realized it very early in life, and I wanted.
Then you're more sensible than others.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, my mom was beautiful and a wonderful person. So,
And then you fell in love with Prakash Mehra. That was like, okay.
God.
Lavaris 1981.
No, actually, before Lavaris, I worked with him in a film called Aakhri Daku. Sagar, Shanti Sagar, Ramanand Sagar's son. He was making that film. And
Prakash Mehra was the Prakash Mehra. I mean,
yeah.
I was growing up in those days, and I don't remember any film which he made did not entertain me.
Yeah, he was a very entertaining
And
maker.
Manmohan Desai at the same time.
Yeah.
Bas un dono ki picture hai, and of course the classics by Rishikesh Mukherjee and all, Basudha and all those we saw. And such a lovely time that was. So he proposed to you in Akhri Daku only?
No. Akhri Daku, we never used to talk to each other, I'm telling you, na. I used to feel that, oh, he's too filmy. So it was, and the maximum days of shooting I did with him, because it was a story of two brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
Vinod Khanna,
Yeah.
Dabbu and myself.
Yeah.
So, but then, nothing then. No.
And then?
After
When?
that, when he was making Lavaris. Acha, he offered me Mukaddar Ka Sikandar, the sister's role. So I said, I'm not doing sister's roles now. I don't want to get typecast.
Yeah.
You know,
You told
every
me
time
before.
sister's role.
Yeah.
So then he said, okay, I didn't do Mukaddar Ka Sikandar. Then when I met him when he was casting Lavaris. So he said, the role that I want to give you is a sister's role, but I know you will run away if I tell you that. But there's another role. So if you want to do that, you're most welcome. I said, yes, I want to work in that. That is when I saw the emotional side in this man, you know. Otherwise, earlier he used to look like his movies, you know, how they were. And then I realized that he's a very sincere, caring person, and he was a wonderful human being.
He was married then.
Yeah, he was married.
When did it
So-
last? It lasted actually quite a bit.
8 years.
Yeah. So you were okay with the fact that he was married. There must have been a lot of noise in his family.
See, you don't plan these things,
Of course,
you know.
yeah.
That is the thing, that if you plan, then it's not
Love.
love. So, and I used to find him very interesting. He was a good talker. He was a very entertaining filmmaker.
So why did it end? 8 years.
I was very keen to get married and have a child. Always wanted a child. And so I realized that it's the right time to walk away.
You asked him that would you marry me?
No, he said that, okay, everything is okay. But I said, not like that.
He
I
told
want
you
a-
that he can't marry you.
No, he didn't say he can't marry me, but
It was like understood.
at one stage I read one of his interviews, and that shocked me. Because then I realized that, you know, it's not going to work.
What did he say?
No, I don't want to say that.
And then you got married to a Singapore-based businessman. You have a lovely son today, Krishna,
Yeah.
who's now going to become a
Yes.
full-fledged producer.
Yes.
We'll talk about that very soon.
Yeah, okay.
But tell me about your married life.
My married life, I haven't had a very good married life but the best thing out of that was Krishna, my son. And we had a lot of differences. He was from a business family. I'm from the film industry. So,
You parted ways.
yeah.
You settled in Singapore first to begin with. Acha.
Yeah. After I got married, I was in Singapore for a couple of years, then back in Bombay. And then I wanted to start working again.
Wow.
So
You should
then-
even now.
Now, yes, but the problem is, you know, now I can't go and ask for work. Somehow I feel a bit embarrassed.
There's nothing embarrassing about asking for work, whether it is me or you. I will give you the classic example of Neena Gupta, who put it out on Instagram that she wants to return, and indirectly she was, or rather directly she was saying, anybody casting? And look at the work that she got
Oh,
after that
amazing.
Instagram post.
Oh,
It all began with an Instagram post.
okay. I didn't know about it.
It, of course, it's destiny. I understand all that. And it's your talent, of course, which will eventually add up to it. Or rather, destiny, they go
First,
hand in hand.
I say first destiny. When the time is right, you will
But
get.
effort तो करना पड़ेगा
हाँ,
ना?
effort तो करना पड़ेगा.
एफर्ट तो करना पड़ेगा. तो अगर आप अभी कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स के पास तो शायद नहीं जाएंगे,
नहीं.
आप अपनी फोटो तो ऑब्वियसली नहीं भेजेंगे, करें इतनी सीनियर एक्ट्रेस, तो आप इंस्टाग्राम पे क्यों नहीं डाल सकते? आप भी डाल सकते हो. That okay, I want to return back. I'm, I want to be back to where I belonged. What's wrong in that?
See, I believe a lot in destiny and जब वक्त आएगा अपने आप कुछ हो जाएगा. So that's what I feel. Now I feel a bit odd going.
I partially agree.
हाँ, जब वक्त आता है अपने आप somebody will ring your doorbell and say hello, we want to cast you. Are you interested? Are you still working? This is what I feel. But if I go to people and say that I want to work, they'll say, okay, we'll let you know if we have something for you. Or, now I cannot do earlier they used to call it a screen test. So I feel a bit odd doing that now and asking for work. Now people don't even know what I look like now because I haven't done anything after. I did Refugee, you know that, na?
JP Datta.
Haan, JP Datta's. After that, I got a few offers, but I got involved in some problems in Delhi, regarding my husband's property and all. So I got busy with that. And so I could not do the films that were offered to me then. I was busy running to Delhi and back. कुछ court cases चल रहे थे, where some property matter and all that, where I had to go because my husband was very sick in those days. So I was the one who was handling everything.
And
so
then he
I
passed away.
neglected. And then he passed away. So that case is still going on.
But trust me, even this is not known. It's written she's married to a Singapore-based businessman.
Yeah, he was in
You
Singapore,
haven't
but he's
spoken.
passed away.
I must thank you here at this, in the middle of the interview, once again, that you're speaking and there's nothing on the internet about you.
Because I keep to myself, I'm not aware. I'm a little private. I'm a private person. So that's why it took so long for me to do this interview with you.
Okay, let's talk about Krishna.
Yeah.
What is he up to? And I believe you have also, my sources tell me that you also written a couple of scripts.
Yes.
So how is this all collaborating now?
Okay, so you want to know about Krishna first? Or
And you're writing
my
also.
writing?
Is it going to merge in that, or are you independently going to sell your writings to OTT platforms or producers?
No. Now, something happened to a very close friend of mine, and when I heard that, it touched me. And I said, this can be made into a very interesting and emotional film. So I started writing a script. And it really turned out well.
What happened to her?
No, I'm still working on it. It's complete. The screenplay is also complete. And I think Krishna will be producing the film. So we are
You don't
still.
want to reveal the story now?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
So we are working on that. We are meeting a lot of production houses. And hopefully, he wants to become a producer. He's not interested in anything else.
Yeah.
And in my case, I'm enjoying this writing bit. I'm involved in Krishna's career. I want him to do well. And at the same time, if I get a role, I would love to work,
Instagram.
Okay, I'll try.
So tell me of your films, if I was to ask you one, put your hand on that this is the one which gives me most satisfaction, most happiness when I see it. कि मैंने यहाँ कुछ किया है, I mean, of course, you may be confused between three of them, but if you were to pick one.
Actually, I felt that I've never done what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's what
That I
feel.
completely endorse.
Yeah.
But any film which gives you relatively good satisfaction, if you were to Say one.
I enjoyed doing Tumhari Kasam for Ravi Chopra
Oh.
with Navin and Jitendra ji and Maushmi and me, 4 of us. That was good. Hum dono milke Kagaz pe dil ki was from that film.
Yeah.
I have very sweet memories of that film. And then my home production Meetha Zehar. I enjoyed doing that film.
Are you in touch with anybody from the industry? Like who worked with you in those days?
Yeah.
You made some friends?
Yeah, I have a few friends, but
Like?
not too many.
Like
in Meetha Zehar, Deepak Prashar was the hero. So we are in touch. And then I have a lot of regard for Salim sir, because he helped me in my second home production. I got stuck with the story at one time and he helped me to complete the story. So I have a lot of regard for him. And in fact, Krishna had started working for them initially. And then with Salman.
Yeah, he worked on 10 years in the company. Yeah. So both are marvelous. Deepak Parashar is a very stylish actor. Yes. I remember seeing his films. I was in college and his hairstyle, his English which he brought into the dialogues was so cute, so beautiful. And Salim Saab, of course, I think is God's gift to Indian cinema. Yes. If there was no Salim Khan, we wouldn't have enjoyed all those films of Prakash Mehra, Manmohan Desai and so many others. Dialogues जो थे उसमें.
अरे my God, amazing.
वो dialogue पे जो interval होता था, freeze होता था. I mean, I don't know where are the dialogue writers.
Yeah, we miss them now.
You go for movies?
Yeah. I see all the films.
And what's your opinion about today's films? Do you enjoy them?
Not all.
Or is it an outing?
All. Yeah, it's more of an outing with the family. Okay, mom, let's go for this movie. So my daughter-in-law, Krishna, me, we have PVR, which is just next door. So we see all the movies. And but it's more like an outing, like.
So
you know what I mean?
Who impresses you among the current lot?
You mean in actors or makers?
Both.
Actors, I've always been very fond of Shah Rukh, Salman, their age group.
And the younger lot?
Younger lot, I like Kartik Aaryan. I like him somehow. And Hrithik was good, but now I think he's hardly working. So very rarely you get to see him.
They do big projects once in 2 years, 3 years,
And
it's not that he's barely working, but they have become very selective.
Right. That's the right word, sorry.
Because a lot of money starts riding on you once you attain that status. And then I think if a star is careful, I think it's only fine in many ways. And among the heroines?
I like Deepika.
Okay.
I find her beautiful. I like Anushka also.
Okay.
And with Kareena, I had done Refugee. So I have a lot of emotional attachment with her, though she doesn't have the time to ever, get in touch. But I do think of her as very sweet and warm.
Have you tried to reach out to her?
No. You see, I think she became a very big star after Refugee, and so we lost touch.
Very soon.
Yeah. Initially, she used to recommend me for movies for her mother's role and all.
Okay, when you were doing Refugee.
Yeah, but it didn't work out somehow. So again, that is destiny. Otherwise, everybody said you look like her mother, But then that's the only film I did with her. After that, I didn't.
Abhishek?
Oh, he's such a sweetheart.
Who was the hero of that film?
Yeah. He's such a warm, sincere, unassuming, lovable person. I really like him.
Have you bumped into any actors recently? Or, I mean, I don't see you at parties, I don't see you at.
Honestly, I'm not
Functions.
invited for parties because people don't know that I'm here. And whether I'm still working, what do I look like now?
And hence, this interview was very important because as you've hidden yourself, you say people don't know you, they don't call you for parties, and so many other things. I think now the parda ut chuka hai and people have seen you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I would really look forward to seeing you back on the big screen.
Thank you. I am looking forward to working again. But the only thing is that I don't want to reach out to people that I need work. You know, I want to work again. I feel a bit awkward saying that, especially now since my son has started working in the same industry. But he encourages me a lot. He says, Mom, work. Don't give up. Work.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Padmini. Thank you. This was lovely talking to you.
My pleasure. See you soon, shortly.